Known homeschool friends, family. I'm in the middle of reorganizing my library, and I was inspired to do a video based on some questions that I received recently. A lot of people have been asking me, how do you homeschool multiple ages and grades? What do you use in terms of scheduling and so forth? So I thought I would answer that quickly in a video, and then of course get back to the mess at hand here. I'm in the middle of reorganizing this closet here, and I'm also preparing for a conference that a friend of mine and myself are hosting on Saturday. And so this corner of the room is filled with things for the conference. I've got boxes of giveaways and things that I'm planning to use in my workshops and stuff. So let's get to the scheduling. Okay, for preschoolers, there are several different ideas that, or schedules that I have used in the past that have worked really well. Of course, keeping in mind that every child is different. Here's something that is very easy for a preschooler. This is just a laminated piece of tag board or cardboard, poster board. You can choose whatever color you'd like. And then these are laminated pictures that you can download from any one of those free websites. Right now, I forget the name of it, but if I remember, I will put a description below. And basically, your preschooler can read the pictures. Well, what do we do first? We're going to go outside and have some outside time. When we come back in, we're going to play with blocks. We're going to have a snack. Then it's time to get to work. Then it's puzzle time and so forth. And so you can basically just fill it up with pictures that you will want for them to memorize or to use with their schedule. And this is where I keep those little things. If I can open it with one hand here, and I know I'm going to make a mess right now, but okay. So I've got a bunch of these because they also go with the other schedule. So this will be something that you would use for preschooler. Here's another idea for a preschooler. I got this one from a workshop that I recently went to. So I haven't had a chance to use this, but I thought it was a neat idea. Basically, I guess you would program the day of the week, or if this is for one particular day, so it would say one, you would have the numbers, or I don't know, I guess. And inside, underneath, would say sensory table, reading, and then there is, let's see, there is writing work, blocks, and the last one I think is computer. Computer time. So of course these can also be interchangeable. These are not velcroed on. These are actually printed onto the page, but I'm pretty sure that if you can take the same concept and use velcro to do that. So that's an idea. Again, I haven't used that one, but I thought it was a neat idea to share. An idea that I have used is schedule strips. Now this I've used for my kindergarten student before, and basically what I did was, here is his schedule strip. It always begins with number 1 and it goes up to 12, which means that there will be 12 activities that he would be required to finish for the week, not for the day, just for the week. However, if he finished it for the day, then I really have a lot more planning to do. But anyway, they are supposed to be finished for the week, and they would hang here. This is just one of those Target calendars that were about $1 for 2 in a pack or something like that. I put Velcro going all the way down the calendar on each day of the week, if you can see that. And then, I'm missing some numbers here. But anyway, let's just pretend that this number 1 is here. So he'd come in the morning and say, okay, what do I do now? I'd have a basket that would be filled with bags that look just like this. And inside those bags would be different activities that I know that he can accomplish, or he or she can do on their own with very little assistance from me. So this one is actually a puzzle that is a blend puzzle where you have to match the blend with the rest of the word. So if I wanted him to work on that, I would program it with the number 1. That's also Velcro. He would go look in the basket, find the matching number from here, number 1, and then he would take it off here and put it here for number 1 to say, okay, I'm done. He would sit on the carpet, do this for a little while, and again, because he's kindergarten student, you know that they don't really have a sense of time, and it's very difficult for them to sit for long periods of time. So what I did was I would use a timer, and when he began his first activity, I'd tell him press the button on the timer, and then that would tell him when his activity time was up, and he can change to another one. So he would go to the basket, find number 2, whatever would be in number 2 would be a different bag, and then he would continue doing the same thing. And he may get through 3 or 4 activities in one day. The next day he would just continue from, the number wouldn't start from number 1 again. If on Monday, let's say Monday he finished 2, 3, and 4, then on Tuesday he'd flip this over and start from the beginning. He'd start with number 5. And that's the activity that he would do. So basically, this would be an entire week's worth of activities. I would change these bags out. I'd like for him to master the concepts that are in each bag. So I might keep the bags for 2 weeks. And then depending on whether or not he has mastered the skills or found it too difficult or easy or what have you, I would change out the activities. But in any case, hopefully this would last 2 weeks. So that's one idea for my kindergarten student and my preschooler. So they're working independently doing that. And here is how my school agers, first and up, basically, would use these type of schedule strips. Basically, the concept would be the same, except they would not have a calendar. They have these, where these little folders, these file folders, these are the expandable file folders. I got these from the Target Dollar Spot. They were $1 each, and they come in different colors. So every one of my students had a different color. And so this particular child had yellow, and they would have a schedule strip that looks like this with all the correct numbers on them that matched the folders. So basically on Monday he'd come in and say, okay, that's number 1. I'd find the folder that had a number 1 on it. For this case right now, everything's all mixed up. Let's just say that that was a number 3. He'd take the number 3 from here and put the other number 3 there. Each one of them would have a bag filled with these types of Velcro tabs, basically. So if he or she is unable to complete the work that's inside and requires my help, then he's going to put that on there. And then he's going to move on to the next number. When I get ready to check their work and find out how they're doing and come back to them,